If you ever receive a message from MaxStack719 on Kik Messenger, do not respond. They want you to play the Kik game, and it isn't what it seems. I never thought of myself as a stupid kid, but today I realized I am. I started playing the Kik game, and now I'm in deep shit. It all started like almost anything in my life does. I was bored on a Saturday morning and playing around on my phone. My parents were out of town for a work conference and I was home alone for the week. It was spring break and most of my friends were down at the coast with their parents or other classmates, digging their toes into the sand. My broke ass was sitting at home wishing I'd gotten a job and saved up some money to go with them. I'd already made the morning rounds on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, but the photos of my friends having fun in far-off places had already pissed me off. So I decided repeating that cycle wouldn't improve things. The microwave beeped from the kitchen, signaling that my breakfast sandwich had been nuked to perfection. So I tossed my phone on the couch and went to grab it. As I was setting the hot plate on the counter and pouring a glass of juice, I heard a ping from my phone in the living room. I headed back in to see if one of my friends was taunting me with pictures from the beach. I scooped the phone up and saw the Kik notification on my screen, saying I had a new message from MaxStack719. It wasn't a screen name I knew, but I decided to check it anyway, just in case. Opening up the app, I hit the Accept Chat button and read the message. MaxStack719. Hey there. Want to play the Kik game? Easy money, and you can quit anytime. I rolled my eyes at the low-effort message from a bot that was no doubt going to try to sell me porn or get a bank transfer number. Without fail, I got about 7 messages a day like this trying to link me to some stupid crap. On the off chance there was an actual human behind it that I could mess with, I would often message back just to waste their time. Me. Hell yeah, bro. Let's play. How do I win this easy money? I waited a few minutes, but didn't get a response. The bot was probably broken or poorly programmed like most of them, so I started eating my sandwich. A few bites in, I heard the ping again. MaxStack719. Take a picture holding up 3 fingers. Place a ring of any type on one of them. Once we've received it, we will send you an Amazon gift card code for $50. Hold up 3 fingers with a ring on? What the hell? I went to my parents' room and fished a ring out of my mother's jewelry box and slid it on the end of my middle finger and took the picture. The ring didn't slide down completely, but the message didn't say it had to. I sent the picture to MaxStack719 and went back to my sandwich. There was no way I would get the gift card, but it had only cost me about 2 minutes of my life, so it was worth a shot. A few minutes later, I received a message back with what looked like a gift card code. I thought it was probably fake. Firing up my Amazon app, I copied and pasted the code into the redemption box and waited. To my shock, the available balance went from $0 to $50. Who knew that Kik bots actually paid out? My phone pinged and I opened the new message. MaxStack719. Great job. If you want to keep playing the Kik game for more great prizes, then take a picture of yourself holding a hammer in your right hand and send it to us for another $50 Amazon gift card. Immediately, I shot to the garage and dug through my dad's old toolboxes until I found a shabby old claw hammer. I held it up in the light in my right hand and took a picture. As I headed back inside, I sent the picture to MaxStack719 and waited patiently. Just like the last time, I received a new code a few minutes later and added it to my Amazon account. It was verified and my balance shot up to $100. I was dumbstruck. MaxStack719. Good job. Are you ready to make some real money now? Me. Hell yes, keep it coming. Maxdax719. Use a Sharpie to draw a smiley face on the head of the hammer. Take the hammer to your nearest gas station parking lot and take a picture. The picture must include 2 intersecting street signs. One of our Kik Game representatives will go and verify it's there. If they find it, you will receive a redemption code for a $500 Visa gift card. I didn't even bother to respond. My legs were pumping the pedals on my bike within minutes of receiving the last message. The hammer was in my backpack and bounced against my back as I pedaled towards the nearest pump and go that I could think of. Luckily, it sat on a corner and had 2 intersecting street signs. When I got there, I found a concrete retainer to sit the hammer on where you could see both the street signs as well as the pump and go logo sign. I placed the hammer on the retainer and snapped the picture. Uploading it as quickly as I could, I waited for the follow-up message. That's when I remembered that they had to send a representative to find it. So I pedaled my bike back home and watched a few hours of TV. My phone sat silently beside me on the couch. I stared at it, willing it to ping and tell me my gift card had arrived. I waited hours, but no response. Drifting off into a mid-morning nap, my phone suddenly buzzed again. When I opened Kik, I saw a code for a Visa gift card. Heading to the website, I was amazed once again to see the code worked. Maxdax719. That's all for now. We'll be back later this afternoon with more exciting opportunities. I sat on the couch and started browsing Amazon for opportunities to waste my newly found money. It still wasn't quite afternoon when my phone pinged again. Looking at the username from the message, I saw that it was from Maxdax719 again, so I opened it immediately. Maxdax719. We're ahead of schedule here at the Kik Game. Are you ready to win some really big money? Me. 100%. Just name it. Maxdax719. Go back to the gas station where you left the hammer and check beside the dumpster. There is a brand new, sealed pack of cigarettes just behind it. Video yourself smoking 5 of them in less than 10 minutes and win a $1,000 Visa gift card. Be sure to drop them on the ground and stomp them out. Fire safety is priority number 1. I hesitated for a moment after reading that one. It hadn't occurred to me earlier when I dropped the hammer off, but Maxdax719 had said a Kik Game representative lived in my city. I hadn't even questioned how they knew what city I was in. The money I was winning had blinded me into some potential concerns I should have had, and they were now just catching up with me. Me. Thanks for all the money, but how did you know I was in a city where you had a representative? Maxdax719. Trial and error, my friend. Sometimes we lose a bit of money after the 3-finger and hammer picture verification test. It turns out that a lot of Kik Game players aren't in the right cities. When you sent the picture with the cross streets and gas station, we were able to Google the location and verify you are in an applicable city. At the time, it seemed like a half-assed answer, but I'd seen hundreds of weird stories online where some YouTuber or an influencer ran these social experiments just like this, and I figured I'd stumbled on one. I decided to continue playing along and headed back to the gas station on my bike. Even though I had never smoked a cigarette before, I figured 5 for $1,000 was a small price to pay. When I arrived at the gas station, I pulled my bike around the back and leaned it on the wooden fencing surrounding the dumpster. Just beside it on the ground, I saw a sealed pack of cigarettes with a lighter on top. I opened the package and stuck one in my mouth before turning on the camera and lighting it up. The acrid smoke made me cough, but I adjusted after a few puffs. As I smoked the cigarettes and stomped them out, I just stared into the camera. I felt stupid and a little freaked out now that I was there. The cigarettes tasted awful and made my eyes water. but I just kept lighting them and puffing away. Eventually, I figured out I didn't even have to inhale them, since you wouldn't be able to tell from the video if I did anyway. That made the process a little easier. After I was done, I crushed out the last smoldering butt and pointed the camera down to the pile on the ground to show I had stomped them out. As I was videoing the pile of cigarette butts, someone opened the back door of the convenience store. A middle-aged man with a long ponytail and a tattoo of a snake around his neck stepped outside and gave me an angry look.
"What are you doing, kid?"
the man asked in a gravelly voice.
"Get the hell out of here. You ain't old enough to be smoking."
I sent the video to MaxStack719, but didn't wait for a response. Instead, I just got on my bike and started pedaling back home, wondering why someone was paying a kid for pictures of a hammer and to smoke cigarettes behind a gas station. My stomach was in knots from a combination of the smoking and the uneasy feeling I was starting to get from these tasks. The gas station attendant discovering me freaked me out quite a bit as well. When I walked back into the house after putting up my bike, I had 2 messages from MaxStacks. The first one was another Visa code, which checked out like all the others. The second was a new task. MaxStack719. Great job so far. One last task, and this one is for $2,500 in Visa gift card prizes. Delete this conversation and send me a screenshot of the blank screen when completed. Once received, you will receive your final reward. I just wanted to be done with this uneasy sensation, so I deleted the conversation and took the screenshot. After I was done, I took a screenshot of the blank chat window and sent it back to MaxStack719. That was the last message I sent or received from them. 15 or 20 minutes later, I got a message from a user named Final Reward 719. I opened it with a sense of unease, but it was another Visa gift card code. This time I didn't even bother checking it on the website because I knew it was good. I didn't respond either. There was no point and I was done with this. Later that night, I was scrolling through TikTok, watching the usual videos of bottle flips, awkward dancing, and filtered women lip-syncing to popular songs, when a new Kik notification popped up on my phone. This time, it was from someone called Look What You Did 719. I opened the app to see a message, and it just showed the JPEG icon. So I tapped it, and nearly vomited. A man was crumpled on a tile floor in a pool of blood. His long ponytail was caked in crimson, and you could make out the head of a snake tattoo wrapping around his throat. His face was pulverized into a liquid pile of meat and brain matter. There was a hammer propped up on its claws, head up and dripping with blood. I could see the faint outline of a smiley face on it through the gore. A few cigarette butts were sprinkled around the body. I was still fighting the urge to puke when my phone pinged for a final time. Look What You Did 719. Thanks for playing the Kik Game. Be careful out there, friend. I don't know what to do now. My fingerprints and DNA are all over that scene. Do I call the cops? What evidence do I even have to show them? Maybe the gift cards will lead back to someone, or they could track an IP address from the messages, but then again, maybe they can't. I don't know, and I'm scared. If someone messages you and asks if you want to play the Kik Game, delete it immediately.